Alright, budlets. Welcome to your mental health break, where we look at self-acceptance. So, it's time to dim the lights and spark up something spiritual and reflection, and talk about one of the most misunderstood figures in the world of faith and folklore, Santa Marta, or as some know her, Holy Death. Now, before you start crossing yourself and clutching your pearls, let's get something straight. Santa Marta isn't the Grim Reaper in party dress. She's not some evil spirit lurking in the shadows waiting to snatch souls. She, above all else, is a healer, a mother to the lost, and a guide to those in pain. A protector to the forgotten, and frankly, it's a shame that the Catholic Church doesn't officially recognize her, because her messages are something that everyone could learn from. Santa Marta's roots go way back to the time of the Aztecs, where she was worshipped as Mictlantecuhtli, the goddess of death. Now, the Aztecs didn't see death as the Western societies do. To them, death was a part of life. It wasn't something to be feared, it was something to be understood. Mictlantecuhtli ruled over Mictlan, the underworld, making sure that souls made their proper journey. She wasn't there to torment or judge, she was there to guide. Now, fast forward a few centuries. We can now see her image starting to blend with another powerful figure, the Virgin Mary. Now, if you're scratching your head and thinking, wait, how does the Mother of Christ connect to a skeletal goddess of death? Well, stick with me. In Catholicism, the Holy Ghost represents divine presence, the unseen force guiding and healing people. Santa Marta, or direct meaning Holy Death, embodies the same energy. For those who feel cast aside by traditional religion, the sick, the suffering, the outcast, she takes them in. No judgment, no shame. Just like Mary is mother to all, Santa Marta is mother to the ones society forgets. Now, Santa Marta isn't just about death, she's about healing. And that's where this ties in back to psychology. One of her biggest teachings is acceptance. She doesn't ask people to deny who they are or where they've been. She meets them as they are. Sound familiar? It should be. It's one of the core concepts of radical acceptance, a therapy technique used in dialect behavior therapy to help people cope with trauma, addiction, and loss. Then there's her focus on balance and focus. She teaches that life and death, joy and suffering are two sides of the same coin. This is a similar technique taught in cognitive behavioral therapy, where we learn to challenge black and white thinking of it as a middle ground. Finally, faith and healing, whether it's therapy, spirituality, or just trusting that tomorrow can be better. Santa Marta teaches that healing is a journey, not a finish line. In clinical psychology, this is known as growth mindset. The belief that people aren't stuck in the way that they are. They can change, heal, and grow. Now let's address the elephant in the confessional. Why doesn't the Catholic Church support her? Well, the short answer is Santa Marta is popular among people on fringes. The poor, the prisoners, the addicts, the sex workers, and the lost. And let's be real, the Church has not always been great at embracing the marginalized. They see her as a folk saint, not an official one. I think those that live in Exeter can remember how the church pushed out the veterans last Remembrance Sunday in priority at the Christmas market. How very Christian. Depending on your viewpoint, this could be considered spiritual abuse targeted on our real-life heroes. But here's the thing. Now, if you go to Mexico or Central America, you can see her altars everywhere. People pray to her, not just for death, but for health, protection, and justice. She is the saint of second chances, and frankly, I think that's something worth celebrating. Now, funnily enough, the Catholic Church does have a saint with similar messages, Saint Sebastian. Sebastian was a Roman soldier who absolutely got lit up by arrows and miraculously survived. He became a symbol for endurance, survival, and healing after suffering. That sounds familiar. Exactly. Santa Marta and San Sebastian both remind people that suffering isn't the end. It's something you can rise from. Now, let's talk about how you might have seen Santa Marta before, because yes, she's even made her way into pop culture. In Deadpool, Wade Wilson talks to La Santa Marta, or Lady Death, falling in love as she falls in love with him, because he literally can't die. It's poetic. A man stuck in the endless cycle of pain, unable to move forward, unable to rest. And who does that remind us of? San Sebastian, the saint who kept surviving. In a weird way, Deadpool's relationship to Santa Marta is a perfect metaphor for healing. He wants to die but can't. He wants peace but struggles to find it. And it isn't just in the perfect image of what it's like to be in pain, feeling that you can be stuck between life and death, unsure of where you're really living. Now, that's where Santa Marta steps in. She doesn't judge, she doesn't rush you, she doesn't walk with you until you're ready to heal. No, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Whether you find comfort in faith, therapy, music, friends, or just the simple fact that you're still here today, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have something to hold on to. For me, Santa Marta has guided me through my darkest moments, when pain felt endless, when the weight of life felt too much. She reminded me that healing is never out of reach. And no matter where you are, no matter what you've done, you're still worthy of love, forgiveness, and peace. So whether on your journey, bud, find a light, whether it's therapy, a friend, or a family member, or faith, and hold on to it, because healing isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And Santa Marta has taught me anything, that no soul is beyond saving, and she accepts all. So, let's take a deep breath. Let's let that sink in. And when you're ready, we can keep moving forward together. And remember, you're special. Now, I think it's time to return to Hattie and Sasser on their wild, whimsical adventures to do whatever they're procrastinating in at the moment.